Let's go. We are back again, ladies and gentlemen. AFC East Roundtable. Earlier this week, we already discussed the top quarterbacks in the division. And we also discussed the top wide receivers. And y'all let us know in the comment section who you thought the best receivers were in AFC East between Garrett Wilson and Jalen Waddle. I ain't even going to talk about that right now. But you know what? We got a special one now. This one's about to get ugly. I can't wait to see these guys' lists. We are going to talk about the top cornerbacks in the AFC East. I don't know if the Bills or the Patriots even have anybody on the list. I'm just saying. But we're going to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to go first with my list. I am so excited to share my list with you all. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Let's dive right in. We ain't going to waste no time, baby. What? Let's go.
Oh,
wait, hold on. Y'all know good and well this is as fair as it gets. Jalen Ramsey is the best corner in Richie. Stop, Richie.
Okay? That's not what I don't agree with.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and tell y'all why I believe what I believe. In the rest of these, it doesn't even matter. First of all,
you got after me in the wide receivers video. I'm attacking you this time, bro.
Well, I hope your argument.
I'm delusional because I put Garrett Wilson over freaking Jalen Waddle. I'm delusional. Look at this list.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Delusional. Hey, you can't call me delusional if you ain't delusional yourself.
They're not even gonna let me defend my list, people. See, that's when you know they scared because they know I'm right. All right, Jalen Ramsey is the best corner in this division. The Miami Dolphins went out and got a big dog. Okay, I don't think anybody in this room right now is going to debate number one on this list. Number two on this list, everybody knows the cornerback who's been running the AFC East for at least the last 5 years, Xavier Howard. He is the guy who, now here's the crazy thing. He didn't even have the best of last season, but we done changed the rules of our top tier list. You know, I done went through quarterbacks and wide receivers and people talking about the past and talk about projections. Not last year, because Xavier Howard was not great last year. But at the same token, he is still the second best cornerback in the AFC East. That gives the Miami Dolphins the best 1-2 duo in the division. It's not even debatable in my opinion, but I'm sure these guys are going to be delusional. Then number three, I had to give some props to the young up-and-coming holder. You know, the Sauce Gardner, ladies and gentlemen, the league leader in holding. Okay, this is the guy that every time a receiver comes off the block, he's going to hug you. He's going to embrace you. He's going to show you all the love in the world. And lucky for him, the referees just thought it was cute, so they never called anything. So it elevated him to be one of the top corners in the division. But this year, that's going to be a wrap. That's going to be a wrap this year. You know why? Because this year, the New York Jets is going to have to deal with Tua Tagovailoa twice, and they got to escape that before. So now they're going to have a passer who is a little bit more precision-based that's going to make guys like Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, Tre'Davious White pay, okay? They didn't have to worry about that much last year. But Sauce, he's a good talent, though, all jokes aside. He's the future for the division. Ramsey and X isn't forever. He is the future for the division. I don't see anybody right there with him right now in the division. He will take over when Ramsey and X are gone as probably the top corner in a division. Then you have DJ Reed. Ain't much to say about that. He's just once we get to number 4 and number 5, we just had to fill people in. The 3 top dogs are up there. The other 2 are fill-ins to me, DJ Reed and Tre'Davious White. A little bit washed in my opinion, but they still make the top 5 list. In the discussion.
Yeah, okay. I am so sick and tired of Dolphins fans in particularly showing shade at my guy Sauce Gardner, holding merchant. I mean, what are we doing here? Why can't we show respect for one of the all-time greatest rookie cornerback seasons we've ever seen? First time since Ronnie Lott. Anybody know who Ronnie Lott is? Anybody have any NFL history in their minds? First time since Ronnie Lott, we saw a rookie get first team All-Pro. Oh, he holds too much. It's literally hysterical hearing Dolphins fans say, he holds too much. How did he get away with this? Bring it. I love that. We love tasting the tears hearing that he holds too much because that just shows that you can't appreciate greatness. Cornerback is one of the hardest positions to play as a rookie, and it's so rare for a cornerback to go out there and dominate the way he did as a rookie. Now, listen, TD, your list.
But how was I wrong? He's at 3. He's right where he's supposed to be.
At 3? Okay.
At 3.
At least at 2. Okay. Jalen Ramsey, you have a discussion where you can have Ramsey above, and I'll give you that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll give you Ramsey. I'll give you Ramsey over Sauce Gardner for this upcoming season. But Xavier Howard? Are you kidding me? He's the most overrated player last season on this team, bro. Absolute. I cannot believe you have X even at number 2. I'd have other players in the division over X on my list. I mean, I just don't believe it. I just can't believe that you have Xavier Howard. Listen, Xavier Howard was great.
One down year dealing with the injury the whole season.
Xavier Howard is not the same player he once was, and that's my point here. We're talking about a Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed, who are both younger and better.
So Aaron Rodgers ain't the same player he once was then. If you're going to use that logic, one season? We're going to go off of one season?
Yeah, we're talking about corners. Corners is a different position than quarterbacks. Quarterbacks, you get better with age. Corners, you don't.
Here we go.
It's true. Tell me where I'm wrong there. Quarterbacks get better with age. Corners, you don't. Now, listen, again, Ramsey, I'm not going to argue about that. But X at 2, I'm sorry. That's just not, based off what we saw from Sauce last year, I mean, that's just ridiculous, bro. First team All-Pro, and you're not going to put him at number 2. First team All-Pro. We're not talking about Pro Bowls here, by the way. What's first team All-Pro mean? Best player at the damn position in the entire NFL.
Okay.
End of discussion.
We are also talking about a pretty wide gap in overall coverage grades. X had a 55.2 and Sauce had a 90.
You're talking. See, it's funny. It's funny. Hold on. It's funny how
that is.
Hold on. It's funny. It's
that
funny.
Is a gap.
No, it's funny how when we use 1 year with Tua, y'all didn't want to do that. But now when we talk about the cornerbacks, you want to hold 1 year against Xavier Howard.
So you're projecting. Let me just ask you a question, TD. You're projecting Xavier Howard to have a better coverage grade and be a better season than Sauce Gardner.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need to hear.
Especially with Ramsey.
In terms of
Ramsey here.
What evidence backs that up? I mean, X is trending down.
Okay,
Sauce did that in 1 season.
He'll have more interceptions. He'll have a better coverage score. I bet you all of it.
Bro, like all that delusion you call me about the wide receiver video is out the door. All of it out the door now.
Hey, this is going to be a hot take, but literally just scrolling through these PFF scores right now, I could even make the argument that DJ Reed is better than Xavier.
Hey, and that goes perfect into my list. My freaking list, Dan.
You're going off of one season. I can't believe this.
We're going into this right now. Okay, Dan, I'm so happy you said that because DJ Reed was better than X last year, and he'll be better than X again this year. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Now, Sauce at number 1. I know that some people are going to be like, wow, you're really going to do that? Now, this is not by a landslide. This is not like Sauce is over Ramsey by a huge margin. This is right neck and neck. Jalen Ramsey has been one of the greatest corners this game has seen this generation ever since he was drafted with Jacksonville. He went to LA and was balling out. And he what? I'll let you talk.
I'm just noticing you put Sauce 1.
Yeah, I did. Because this is a projection. Sauce was better than Ramsey last year, and I'm projecting he's going to be better than Ramsey this year. Where's the delusion there? Tell me where it is. Sauce is in the prime of his career. Jalen Ramsey, he's a good football player. He's great, actually. But I just think Sauce Gardner had a better season last year than Jalen Ramsey. Facts. And I think Sauce Gardner is going to have another season next year. Ask me how that's delusional, please.
Oh, my gosh.
Is that irrational for me to believe that Sauce, since he had a better season last year, that he can't do that again?
So this is also it as well. Like, I like the Jalen Ramsey numbers from last year, but Sauce Gardner had to go up against a lot more high-powered offenses in the AFC.
Stop it.
Stop it.
When Jalen Ramsey's on top, but he's so inconsistent. Like, he'll be one game and he will shut you down, but the next he's gonna let up, a 50-yard touchdown. He's inconsistent. That's the problem. Yeah, and Sauce Gardner is that typical lockdown. You went up against Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase did nothing. You went up against Tyreek Hill. I know it's against Skylar Thompson. Didn't do anything on him. Who else? Justin Jefferson was on Sauce Gardner. Justin Jefferson, one of the best, if not the best receivers in football, did nothing on Sauce Gardner. I mean, there's just lists that guys that lined up against Sauce as a rookie. I mean, what he did as his rookie season, I can't believe that, this is even a delusional take. And now, again, you can have Ramsey number one. I'm not going to argue that. But if you think Sauce at number one is this giant, what? I'm sorry, you're wrong. Because last year he was better, and I'm projecting him to be better this year all over again. So now let's get into the next part of the list. DJ Reed is a better cornerback today, like he was last year, and he will again this year, than Xavier Howard. And last year, everybody in the NFL media, by the way, not even just Jets fans, were questioning, how is X in the Pro Bowl? DJ Reed deserves it over him. And I'm not talking about Jets fans here. I'm talking about objective NFL analysts. I remember during the season last year raving about DJ Reed. DJ Reed, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated corners in the league. He does not get talked about enough. He is locked down. He did not let anybody... I mean, he gave up one touchdown last year. The stats back it up. He is one of the most underappreciated players on this Jets team, not by the fan base, but from the NFL scope in general. DJ Reed is underappreciated, and it's time to give that man respect. And I think DJ Reed over X is easy for me, to be honest. I mean, last year, look at the numbers last year. DJ Reed was better. DJ Reed's younger. He is in the prime of his career. X is going down. DJ Reed's trending up. What are we doing here? I know we're talking about, one season, but if you look at the stocks, X is going down, DJ is going up. That's why I have him there. So X at number 4 and Trey White at number 5, two veterans that have been doing it in this league. They've been running the division the past couple of years, but I think that, Christian Gonzalez, I was actually considering putting at 5, but I don't think I could put a rookie there just because Trey White is a guy who's a seasoned veteran. I know he's coming off an ACL injury. I know he's trying to work his way back. He was the top dog of this division at one point, so I had to give the veterans some respect there, but I was considering Christian Gonzalez because I do think with the New England Patriots system that he's going to be a dog as a rookie right out of the gate.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with it. And look, the thing about Xavier Howard is okay, so are you projecting him to be higher TD based off of interception and production in that term, or just being a true number one lockdown?
He's going back. People don't realize the man was dealing with multiple injuries last year for the whole season and played through it. Everybody already knew that. This was his worst season.
Is that why Garrett Wilson made him look like an absolute bum?
That's exactly why he did. He was dealing with he dealt with his groin the entire season, and all Dolphin fans knew that. But hey, Byron Jones was out for the year. We needed somebody out there, and at the end of the day, y'all act like these things don't happen. I will sit here and admit that all of these guys are better than X. If y'all can admit one thing, because y'all are hypocrites right now. Was Tua Tagovailoa the best quarterback in the AFC East last year?
This is
because
not
based on see what y'all do? Y'all hypocrisy. Y'all used all stats to talk about why these guys are better than X. So was Tua Tagovailoa better than all y'all quarterbacks last year? Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, was he better? Will you admit that now? And then I'll tell you, okay, yeah. X is all these guys better than X. You see how y'all changing? You are changing how we are ranking this.
Yet, so you say about X, you're just like, oh man. And so the reason he had a down year last year was because he was injured. But if I were to say that the reason Josh Allen had a down year was because of his elbow injury,
but guess what? If that's your,
it wasn't even a down year. This is like borderline trash. How this guy make the Pro Bowl?
Exactly.
How? Because he's a name. He's a name. That's my issue, bro. He's still a name. They voted him into the Pro Bowl because his name is Xavier Howard, not because he played good football last year.
Richie, I agree, but what you forgot is how how he got that name. You're going off of the injured year. The 1 year he had injured. Go look at the last 4 before that and go look at those PFFs and you'll see why he's the name. But you see how y'all ran right past what I just said about Tua. That's why Patriots Global smiled, and he did it again. He smiled again because he know I got y'all on the ropes right now. The same argument y'all are making about Xavier Howard, y'all are ignoring about Tua. Why are y'all being hypocrites right now? Was Tua the best quarterback in the division last year?
Here,
Bring it back to
Corner. It's not true. The channel is not satire. The channel
you can't compare. I mean, the quarterback position is such a different outlook. And also, when Tua needed to step up the most, he couldn't step up the most in the clutch, and that's how you evaluate quarterbacks.
Pass Global, be honest, Pass Global.
No,
do I not have a point here?
Right now. We already
do
know.
I not have a point? Do you see the hypocrisy?
The best quarterback in the division last year. We already know that. We already talked about that 2 days ago.
If y'all want to hear our thoughts on Tua, go check out the video for the quarterback.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into Tua here.
Here's what I'll say about the corner. Xavier Howard is a great number 2 guy, but he's not a number 1 and he's not shut down. Yeah, he'll be better in terms of production next year. He'll put up easily more interceptions than DJ Reed. If you want to talk about interceptions and production alone in terms of making plays, sure, put Xavier Howard higher than DJ Reed. But in terms of lockdown and who's going to be more consistent, it's easily going to be DJ Reed. I mean, Xavier Howard, he's a ball hawk. That's what he is. He's going to let up yards. He's going to let up plays. He's going to let up touchdowns, but he gets interceptions. And last year, he couldn't even do that. He was asked to be the number 1 guy, and he put up 1 interception. So he couldn't even do the thing that he's known for doing. So I don't know. I didn't even put him on my list. A little sneak peek.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. See, Patriots Global X at 2. Over Sauce. I mean, over DJ Reed, okay? We can have a discussion, but X over Sauce Gardner. What?
Yeah,
y'all are tripping.
Oh my God.
That's so wild. That's so wild, man.
Y'all hypocrisy, man.
All right, well, now I'm actually curious to hear Colby's list.
Hey, look, straight up, I think there's some disrespect. I think there's some disrespect going around here for the New England Patriots, baby. Who had one of the best defense last year? Who had the number 1 scoring defense last year also? And who's going to have the number 1 overall defense in 2023? It's the Patriots. And I will say, I give mad props to Richie because, look, I had the same thought process. I wanted to include Christian Gonzalez on this list somehow. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to try to be a Homer Patriots fan and just include Christian Gonzalez. He's a rookie. We're talking about projection, but we haven't seen anything yet. So I think by the end of the season, he's easily going to be one of the top on this list, and that shouldn't even be up for discussion. Like that's just a fact. But again, I don't want to be a homer, put him on this list too soon, and then do all that. But so Richie, I think you're gonna love me here, and I think TD, you're gonna hate me. So for those who don't know, little inside information. I gave my rankings to Richie last out of everybody, and it was late. It was late last night, the day before we started recording this. And the reason why was because this is what I struggled with the most was the cornerbacks list, because I really wanted to break down these guys overall and be as realistic to what I truly feel. And I had a really hard time with 1 and 2, man. Like, I really almost put Sauce Gardner at number 1 in terms of consistency and lockdown ability. Yeah, we have to see how he can go in year number 2, but they have the same pass rush, TD, and a better pass rush potentially. And that's only going to help out Sauce even more. Jalen Ramsey is inconsistent. He has a good year 1 year and an inconsistent year the next year. What Ramsey are we getting? Again, it can be close, and you can put a guy either way. And look, right now I'm going to give Ramsey the overall nod, but at the same time too, who do you think is going to have the better pass rush this year? The Miami Dolphins, or did the Rams have a better pass rush last year? So that's also going to affect Jalen Ramsey, is which teams have better overall pass rush. The Dolphins are better in terms of stopping the run, but in pass rush, I don't know, and I think that's going to affect him too. Overall, I think that you can make a true argument with number 1 and number 2, and to this second, I am not confident with number 1 and number 2, man. I'm a big Sauce fan. His ability to lock down just in year 1, he's going to get better.
1 year.
I think there's real talk. I think there's
rookie
real
year,
talk.
though. We're not talking about year 3 or year 4.
Bro,
rookie year.
This man might fall.
That's a difference.
He might fall off the cliff this year, man.
Yeah, keep
Y'all
believing that.
man, y'all.
There's real
my
talk,
God.
TD. Look, okay, before I get into 3 and 4, I want to talk about number 5 here. Just bang this one out. Look, Trey White, he's a vet, like you said, but we're going to act like he's 2017 Trey White. I want to call out Mr. Dan Mitchell. My brother, look, so a little more inside information. A few years ago, me and Dan were going to record a video on who was better, Trey White or Stephon Gilmore. And I told you, I wish we recorded that because you will look like a jabroni right now, bro. A straight up jabroni. You don't deserve that right, bro. Straight up, look, he's not what he used to be. He's dealing with injuries. He's getting older. I don't think Trey White is what Trey White used to be. I don't think that he's a true number one guy. Look, maybe he can come back. I just don't think so. If we're going to go off of last year and we're going to go off projections for next year, you want to go off the last 2 years. There's no way that I can put Trey White higher. And I thought we were doing 4 guys, and I didn't even have Trey White on my list. And then the guys were like, oh, Kobe, it's 5. And I was like, oh, okay, throw Trey White in there. But as for number 3 and 4,
make Dan happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I put a little bit of respect on there. Look, I thought about throwing Christian Gonzalez there, but I had to stay true to I'm not going to be a Homer Patriots fan and stick in a guy that hasn't played a single snap in the NFL. But look, as for 3 and 4, I think DJ Reed is highly underrated. Highly underrated. This guy's a very, very good player. Easily one of the best 1-2 punches in terms of cornerback duos is DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner, and you got to respect that. But we're not talking about duos right now. We're talking about individuals. And I think Jonathan Jones goes so underlooked and so undervalued. And the thing is last year he was playing out of position. This guy is a slot cornerback. That's where he plays. He is one of the best. He is top 3 year in and year out statistically, easily top 3. Where do you want to rank him from 1 to 3? I guess that's a discussion for another time in terms of playing in the slot. But this year, he was asked to be our outside cornerback because we don't have Stephon Gilmore. We don't have J.C. Jackson. We had nobody. So who did they ask to go with? The veteran John Jones, who is a slot cornerback. Now, this past year, he performed very, very well. He still put up 57 tackles in regards to, let's say, Reed's 70 tackles. Jonathan Jones also put up 4 interceptions compared to Reed's 1 interception. He was targeted let me see. What was he targeted? He was targeted 86 times while Reed was targeted 83 times, put up 46 overall receptions allowed to Reed's 47 receptions allowed. And Jonathan Jones, I also think, is an overall just an overall better cornerback. And I don't want to just look at one area of a cornerback and say, hey, you're good at coverage, but you're bum cheeks at stopping the run, right? I like to also look at a better overall cornerback in those terms. And Jonathan Jones, year in and year out for the Patriots, has been a key piece in stopping their run, forced fumbles, punching out the ball, and just consistently making plays. And the fact that last year he performed as well for us as he did as an outside perimeter cornerback for a guy who's like 5'9", 5'10" is absolutely unbelievable. Like, again, DJ Reed was your number 2, right? So he was going up against mainly like number 2 guys. John Jones was asked to go up against guys like Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Diggs. He was asked to go up against Chase and T. Higgins when they played against the Bengals, like second to last week, I think, last season. He had to go up against D-Hop. He had to go up against Jay Jettis. Like, he had to go up against the number 1 wide receivers game in and game out with such a disadvantage in terms of height. And he still put up excellent numbers in terms of, I don't want to say he was straight lockdown, but being able to at least contain number 1 guys and still be able to make plays. So I think you have to put some respect on Jonathan Jones' name. But also, I'm also looking at projection for next year. He's a guy that with Christian Gonzalez here does not need to be your number 1 perimeter outside cornerback. He can go back to doing what he excels at, and that's playing in the slot. So I think he's going to even be much better next year, but you got to put some respect on Jonathan Jones' name.
I love that.
JJ, man.
I can't believe you found a way to put a Patriot in here.
And wait, anybody notice something interesting about Pat's Global's list?
No Xavier Howard?
Oh, yeah, no Xavier Howard.
Yeah,
he's not even on the damn list.
Because he replaced him with Jonathan Jones, which is blasphemy.
How? He's better. He put up more interceptions and was more locked down than Xavier Howard.
He had one better season. Once again, y'all changing the criteria. Y'all want to go off of last year alone, but in other categories, y'all ain't want to do that because it didn't fit your narrative.
He was a number 1 corner last year and still put up better statistics than Xavier Howard did in terms of coverage and production. Look at past years too. He still did better in coverage than Xavier Howard did. So, like, yeah, I'm going to say he's better. Look, Xavier Howard will put up more interceptions. Like, he'll make more plays than Jonathan Jones. 100%, I'll give you that. But That's not what we're talking about. Like, that's not what I weigh. I weigh an overall cornerback, and I weigh how are you in coverage. Like, great. If you can put up 17 interceptions in a season, that's amazing, and you deserve some type of award. But if you cannot be consistent in coverage, no offense, but you're a liability on my team, and I don't want you there. Well, I want you there to make plays, but I ain't going to ask you to be my number one. Maybe my number two, but nothing better than that.
1 year.
Wow.
Look at the statistics,
1 year.
Yeah.
And we're just getting started here, folks. We're just getting freaking started here. So, Dan,
I still need
you're up
y'all.
next.
Oh my gosh.
Let's do it.
And I am realizing I did make a mistake on your graphic, so I'm just trying to quickly edit it real quick.
Don't be removing Xavier Howard.
No, I'm not.
Don't be removing Xavier Howard. See, I know what y'all doing.
I'm not.
Y'all ganging up low key. Dan text
So I
you, hey,
just texted
get
Richie.
X
I
off
said,
of my
remove
list.
X.
Get
Yeah,
X
I said,
off
remove
of my
X
list.
with Taron Johnson, our slot receiver, in his place.
Well,
Our slot corner in his place. Just to,
all right. Well,
Dan
Dan, do
probably
you
got
remember
Trey
yours
White
off?
number
Do you remember
one.
yours off the top of your head? Because I don't want to put it on the.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Well, basically, the mistake I had is, you had 1 or 2 wrong. It should be Ramsey. You had 1, Sauce number 2. So that's what you sent me.
It should be Ramsey. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna switch that though real quick.
Okay, so number 1, I do have Jalen Ramsey on top of this list. I still think he's elite. I still think he's one of the best corners. But like I said, there's a conversation to be had about having Sauce Gardner as number 1, just based off of years alone, youth by itself. I think that these two are very close. But with Jalen Ramsey, he is one of the best in the league. I think that he's really going to implement into the Miami Dolphins defense very well. And that goes from there with DJ Reed. Yes, I am putting him at number 3, best corner in the division at this point. I think that he is going to thrive being that number 2 more so than Xavier Howard because of the fact that Sauce Gardner is still in his youth. And then X might be interesting this year. Looking back, I probably should have put him on this list right over Taron Johnson, although he is the best slot corner in this division. Let's be honest with ourselves.
All right, fix it then.
Okay, beautiful. So we do end up having this. And then with Trey White, yes, I know everyone is counting him out like he is. But as far as his overall tackles, assisted tackles, being able to run to the ball, he only had 6 or 7 games right in the regular season. He didn't come back until a little bit after Thanksgiving. So don't think for a second, although that an ACL injury is very difficult to come back from, that I think this guy is going to plummet. Now that he has a complete offseason going into it, he has a training camp to go through. I have a feeling that he is about to be back into his lockdown corner situation. That, of course, he also has Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde in the backfield that's going to be distracting offensive coordinators. So I have a full, transparent idea that Trey White's going to completely ball. And then Taron Johnson. He is one of the most slept-on slot corners in the entire league. Very good, very speedy. Rarely has trouble matching up against many other slot receivers at the end of the day. So I have him sitting at number 5. And yes, Xavier Howard is not on.
Yeah, that's another interesting thing I noticed. Back-to-back licks. I mean, TD, at least I put X on my list.
He said, Dan just said if he thinking about it now, he should have put X at 5.
At 5.
He said it.
At 5, I should have.
Y'all are so hypocritical. I can't believe y'all.
Making a case for me.
Y'all pick and choose how you want to apply the rules. I cannot believe y'all today.
That Taron Johnson pick, man, I saw that I'm not gonna lie, kind of floored me a little bit. Dan, I was about to call you a jabroni right there in the chat. Like, I was about to go off a little bit, bro. Like, I'm not. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm be honest with you. You're gonna say he's like the best, the most underrated slot corner in this division. I can name you 2 just on the Patriots. I would take. Give me Marcus Jones, the rookie. Give me Jonathan Jones, the vet. Both of those guys.
Give me Michael Carter the second over him as well. Our slot corner.
Oh my God. What is that?
Michael Carter the second's better than him too.
Holy hell, man.
Well, that was a great show. And TD, man, what the heck is that blasphemy?
Man, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all watching this show, go back to the Tuesday show when we go over quarterbacks and watch the hypocrisy, how they want to use with the wide receivers and the cornerbacks last year, how they did. But when it comes to the quarterback, they refuse to admit Tua Tagovailoa was the best quarterback in the division last year. None of them can say it out of their mouth, and they know he was. He was the best quarterback in the division last year. But no, you only want to use that principle when it comes to the cornerbacks and the wide receivers. So y'all go check out the Tuesday video so I can prove to y'all the hypocrisy with these guys' lists, all right? Because Tua's cornerback and Xavier Howard is better than all of their corners. I can't even believe this was a conversation. One down year because he had an injury, and all of a sudden, Sauce Gardner, a one-hit wonder, gets to jump him. First team All-Pro. You know how many of those Xavier Howard has?
How many?
Come on, man. You know how many of them Ramsey has?
How many does he have? I'm curious. I don't know.
Hold on, man. Let me show you.
Yeah, how many does first team All Pros does Xavier Howard have?
13.
Oh, actually, before we end the video,
no, he got one. He got one. He got one, Richie. And he got second team All Pro as well.
So he has a first team and a second team.
That's right. 4 Pro Bowls, 1 we don't count. 2-time interception leader. 2-time interception leader.
Let's go, baby. All right. Well, I love
Gardner,
it.
The holding machine.
The holding machine. Keep that energy up with Sauce Gardner. We love it. All right, folks. Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in to another AFC East Roundtable breakdown. We're going to go into other positions in the future of this channel. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy this brand new series on the channel. It's a lot of fun, man. Woo! We'll just catch you guys next time.
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned.
Can't believe it.